Yes, yeah, we're not that good right now.
Look,
But y'all have to understand that when I became a Bulls fan, it was Derrick Rose, it was Jimmy Butler, it was Carlos
okay.
Boozer, it was Joakim Noah, it was Nate Robinson. We had a team, okay?
It's your boy Tyler Gates, aka TG 205, back at it again with another special guest. I know you guys have been killing my comments about when are you gonna have another special guest? We're tired of seeing your face. I get it. I get it. Y'all, you still tune in and see my beautiful face. It's okay. But another special guest, somebody that I hope to become longtime friends with, and funny enough, if y'all remember Justin Stuckey, the great Justin Stuckey, if you watch that, then you know how much he talked about Aniyha and her talents. He spoke highly of her. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Aniyha Jones to you guys. As we are all going to learn a lot of things today, we're going to learn something special. The host of You're Wrong, Sir. I need to know more about this, okay?
I got
Because
you.
I want to come on and I want to be wrong.
Okay.
You know, I I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong sometimes, but nah, man. All jokes aside, this is gonna be a good episode. You guys make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Go subscribe to her podcast, and y'all stress me out sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. Speaking of your podcast, I definitely
Yeah.
wanted to ask you, how did you come up with the name, and where did the whole idea and concept come from? Of okay, I can see myself doing this.
Yeah. So this is I feel like I'm old. I'm dating myself back, but this is from undergrad. I went to the University of Illinois for undergrad, and I was like, okay, I want to work in sports. And I was like, all right, I got a full ride to the business school. I'm gonna go major in marketing, and I didn't know if I wanted to be a sports agent. I didn't know if I wanted to do sports marketing. As a typical freshman would be, I was in self discovery mode,
Mm-hmm.
and I joined an organization on campus called the Sports Business Association. And I was like, wait, this many people want to work in sports? I was like, okay, let me lock
Yeah.
in.
Right.
Um, and I knew there was a lot of competition. And so I had to figure out, how do I differentiate myself from all the other people that want to work in
Mm-hmm.
sports too? At that moment, I realized there was a saturated market. And I got home, COVID hit, so they sent us home. And this is when all the smoke with Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson became a thing. This
Mm.
is when I Am Athlete kind of started like building itself up.
Yeah.
And this is when I Am Athlete started building itself up. And I was just watching the episodes and I was like, okay, this is cool. Like, I can have those conversations. I can talk about sports too,
Right.
have an opinion. And I was like, this right here, starting a podcast is going to be the thing for me, that allows me to network and connect with all of those other people that I aspire to talk to. So anybody that was big that I thought it was, I was like, people don't turn down the opportunity to talk about themselves. And so
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's what the podcast is for. It was for networking purposes only. And it became, I'm at ESPN now because of it. It was kind of like my rocket ship, and it launched me off into knowing that I like journalism, that I like interviewing people, that I like having conversations, that I like storytelling. So yeah, the decision came from just being like, I want to network and I want to stand out compared to all these other people. And
Right.
it was a master class for what I wanted to do for the rest of my life.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Totally. Like I completely know where you're coming from.
Yeah,
I entered West Georgia, didn't know what to do at all.
yeah.
I have a tremendous story from there.
Mhm.
Like it's like going from popular freshman to nobody likes you to what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? I'm like, okay.
Yep.
I thought it was good. I thought it was gonna be a singer, like I mentioned, but
Yep.
I always had love for sports.
Mhm.
I'm in Atlanta. Everything, Hawks,
Yep.
Falcons, Braves, Dream. That's me. That's me.
Mhm.
I ride with them. I doubt it, but I I discovered my love for talking about it once
Yeah,
once my friends kind of caught on to the fact that you know a lot about these
you can do
teams.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so
Mhm.
and then it funny enough, um there was a journalism event, on campus, and I was like, let me just go to it. Why not? Because I'm a mass comm major, why not? You
Yep.
know, kind of part of it. So um with that came the opportunity to have a talk show. That was really the first plot setting. That was
Yeah.
okay. A talk show. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Similar to what you said about the Matt Barnes Steven Jackson situation. That's when everybody was really hyped about it. Uh, Talking about sports, talking just
Yep.
podcasts in general. You know, everybody just thought, okay, let me hop on a podcast. No, you have to actually. Sometimes you actually have to know what to talk about. Other times,
Yes.
so it's not as easy as people say, but
Yep.
you definitely have to have fun with it, regardless.
Hmm.
If you're right, wrong, you definitely have to have fun with it. But I think I found my avenue, because
Yeah.
I've definitely met a lot of people so far, that work for ESPN. Like I did a collaboration with Mina Kime. She came on the show.
Hmm.
So she, and she said she was a avid watcher of my show, which that made me feel good. So
Yeah.
and it made me feel like, okay, I definitely can do this now.
Yes.
But it just you never know what avenue you're gonna go down, especially
Hmm.
when you're out of college. So
Yeah.
that's that. Um, with with you being at ESPN, right?
Yep.
How how do you kind of reflect back on your journey and
Mhm.
say, man, like I made it this far, but what could I've done better? In a sense, it's
Hmm.
like I went to University of Illinois, but in between there and now,
Hmm.
it's like who could I have met that could have boosted back then that I know now, So how was that for you?
I don't have any regrets. I think everything that has happened for me has happened for a reason. I wouldn't.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't. I never look back on my journey and think like, I wish I could have. No, I did everything that I was meant to do. I did
Right.
everything I was supposed to do, in whatever order God had for me. I'm here
Amen.
for a reason, and I think everything has led me to this moment. Um, so yeah, I wouldn't. No, there is, yeah, everybody that I met along the way was for that specific season, for that specific moment. And the people I'm meeting now here in this season are
Mhm.
for this season. So I never look back on my journey and think like I wish I could have done. I have always taken advantage of every season that I've been in, and I think done everything that I could. So yeah, I don't have that perspective at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same with me.
Hmm.
I tell, and I'm kind of the encourager for my friends, the motivator.
Yeah.
I tell them, it's one thing to grow up in the church, but it's another thing to actually know the church. You know what I mean? And know that God comes first.
Hmm.
And I tell my friends all the time, think about it this way: Jesus, others than yourself. That's how I see it. Love Jesus first, then others, and put yourself last. If you always put others before yourself, things are gonna come. You just
Hmm.
have to be patient and have faith that He is going to do it regardless.
Hmm.
So that's something I got from my grandmother, my mom, all of that. So they
Yeah.
they understand. They trust me. They understand. Um, I had the opportunity. So I'm gonna say this. I went on your Instagram.
Okay.
Okay. First take best of the week. I laughed because if you didn't know, Stephen A is my role model. Like he's my
Okay.
idol. When it comes to this sports journalism, like I have a lot of people in my circle or in the avenue of sports journalism who tend to call me the next Stephen A. Smith. I don't see it, but that's what a lot of people say, and I mean I appreciate it. That's a high honor.
You funny,
Um,
man.
no, I look that's what they say. So I'm like, hey, if that's what it's meant to be, that's what it's meant to be. But um, I I was curious to know what was your favorite um product to put out. Because you had the best of the week. You produced the Sports Center top 10. So, and I know
Mhm.
there's plenty more. So, like, what was your favorite to do? Or
Probably for sure best of the week. I think Yeah, well, best of the week, you have full autonomy, your own creative control. I think the beauty about best of the week, especially for our team, every week it would change who did it, right? So
Mm.
when your week came up, you're like, all right, what some of my teammates may think are funny, I'm like, I probably wouldn't have chose that. Or, we all have our own sense of
Yeah,
humor, or the way that we look at things. And I think the great thing about that is having the autonomy to storytelling your own way. And so when I'm watching the show that we can clip it off moments or timestamps and write them down, hey, at 10:15 when Stephen A said this, or when Molly reacted to this, I thought that was funny.
right.
That's best of the week worthy. And I think it just gives you the opportunity to see like what your strong suit is. Like, can I identify humor?
Mm,
Can I put different moments together and make it seem like it's one cohesive story? Because all of
right,
those moments with best of the week, that could be something that happened Monday and the next clip right next to it happened Friday or Thursday,
right.
or they had nothing to do with each other. And identifying those moments and knowing how to put them together is really, really important. So I would say I've just had a lot of fun with that. Like it's kind of like my own realm, whatever I want. And people see the final product on Friday, and that's pretty fun. So and it's fast paced, and typically, with things, a lot of storytelling that I did at Northwestern in grad school and undergrad, it's a package, or things that are a little more longer form, or things that have a lot more meaning, in terms of
Right.
like impact with stories and people's lives and all of these things. And sometimes it's fun to have some comedic relief.
It is.
So I do enjoy that. Yeah.
Just to piggyback off what you say, I enjoy some comedic relief. I tend to have a lot of funny moments in my videos. Trust me. I look back on them. I'm like, that was funny, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh Lord, that was terrible. But at the end of the day, it's really all about humor.
Yeah.
It's really about how you come forward to your audience, to your crowd, whoever you're talking to. And it necessarily doesn't have to be um over stream, over camera.
Yeah.
In person, in
Hmm.
person definitely matters more.
Hmm.
How your humor is, first impressions. I'm big on that. So at the end of the day, humor is a big thing. Humor is a big thing. Now, are you a Chicago Bulls fan by any chance?
Yes, yeah, we're not that good right now.
Look,
But y'all have to understand that when I became a Bulls fan, it was Derrick Rose, it was Jimmy Butler, it was Carlos
okay.
Boozer, it was Joakim Noah, it was Nate Robinson. We had a team, okay, and then LeBron would come in with the heat and kill us every time. But we had a team. Right now,
You
I'm
did.
not too proud of my Bulls, but I'm forever a Bulls fan. I can't get down.
I mean, look. I will say this. I'll say this. From somebody that's pretty much a NBA expert at this, you guys
Okay,
are gonna be okay.
I would hope
Okay,
so.
you look. That trade you made last offseason, believe it or not, you won. Getting rid of Alex Caruso, you won. Trust me. You didn't want to be in no way. You
That's interesting.
look. It.
That's
I,
interesting.
I,
I don't know about that.
in the long term, you won. Right
Okay,
now,
but think about
it,
OKC is in the finals right now.
that's
In
true.
short term, they won. They're gonna get a championship, and we don't know the next time we're gonna win one. And Caruso is a vet. We got rid of DeMar DeRozan. Okay,
Yeah,
we got rid of Alex Caruso, who's a what did LeBron call him? A Swiss knife.
Swiss knife.
He knows how to adjust in any single offense or defense, and he's a veteran who has won a championship before.
That's true.
Come on,
I mean,
come
if
on.
you look at it from a perspective of, okay,
Okay,
you got rid of DeMar DeRozan.
we did.
That contract was uh Caruso. That was difficult, and I could tell it was difficult because you should have traded him a year ago. If you, I just
You are
I
just this is a Caruso hate train that I can't be a part of. I
look
don't know. I don't know about
look.
this.
I don't hate Alex Caruso. I wish he was on my Hawks. I don't know who we would trade for him.
Okay.
I mean, you're definitely not getting Trey Young for him. I
I mean,
mean, yeah,
the Hawks need some improvement. So yeah.
I think we are in a worse spot than y'all based off of
I
we
agree.
need to win now
Yeah.
because Trey, you can't tell me behind the scenes, brother, sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he want to come out. I'm Atlanta, everything. I'm trusting the process. We get that, okay. But
Mhm.
what happened yesterday? When we hired no Pelicans and 76ers, I don't understand why we hire people from those organizations.
Oh, okay.
I just don't understand. But it's okay. I see the long-term picture. We got Zachary Ricochet. We didn't choose Alex Starr. Thank God he didn't want to play here anyway.
Mhm.
It's okay. We got a French star. It's fine. You guys got Josh Giddey. Look, Josh Giddey's going at most. He's going to be an all-star next year. If not next year, then he's gonna be good. He's gonna be a nice
Okay.
building block. You got
Kobe White
Buzelis.
should have been the most improved player, but Tyrese Maxey got it. But that's another
Now,
conversation for another day.
now we can have that conversation because
He
I
should have got
agree.
it.
He should have got it back to back 19-point per game seasons. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Now, if you trade him, you got to get a package back. That's decent. I feel like Orlando would give you the most enticing package. I guess
Yep.
we don't want Cole Anthony. I mean, I love Cole Anthony, but I don't think he fits into what the Bulls are trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bulls are going places. Trust me. You have two building blocks. You got Buzelis, you got Giddey. That's all you need. And then
No. We need a star.
Okay.
We need a star.
I mean,
they're not stars.
Anthony Davis,
we don't need him.
Okay. See, I just wanted to ask that. Okay. I mean, it's really tough to know where stars want to go, especially with the whole Giannis thing, right? Like we don't know if he wants to stay. I think he's going to stay. I don't think he's going to. I mean, he got a foundation there. He's building houses, building townhouses for people. I don't think he's going to leave that.
Mm-hmm.
I get it's a small market once again, and he still won a championship in Milwaukee. He brought a championship to Milwaukee. I don't see why stars don't want to go there. I get it's the market. People don't want to live in Wisconsin, but we're talking about right now a top 50 player all time. Yeah. I don't see the reason why you don't want to go play with somebody like Giannis Antetokounmpo. And then on top of that, we have this whole Kevin Durant sweepstakes. He's definitely getting traded, and I think he's going to get traded within the next 3 weeks.
Okay.
With the draft coming up, I think he's a Spur. See, I tend to believe these things because I have dreams of becoming a GM, one day as well. So
okay,
I know I'm going to be sitting behind a seat one day, and I know I'm going to be making decisions. Y'all can't tell me that they not talking. Okay, we know they already got the details agreed upon, but come on, we know this. Okay. I think he's going to the Spurs. I don't think he's coming to the Hawks. We're not trading Zachary Ricochet. I love Giannis. I love you, man. I would love to have you here. Love to have you here. But some of these packages that I've been getting on my Twitter, Ricochet and Jalen Johnson, nah. I'm sorry. Nah, not me. I can't do it. Now, if Chicago, wants to go out to Kevin Durant, you won't have to give up much for him because of his age. Kevin Durant, Chicago, to bring back the vibes. I mean, you guys will be a playing team. Be a playing team with Kevin Durant. You add some more pieces because people want to play with Kevin Durant. He's still that guy.
Hold on. Will we be a playing team? Because the Suns.
Yeah, in the East.
You sure? I mean, I would hope so.
Toronto.
This is true. This is true. I don't speculate though. I just see what happens,
right?
And I support whatever happens. I don't speculate.
I mean, hey, it's like Toronto. I don't get why they want Giannis. I don't think you want to go there. and then on top of that, you're not gonna trade your franchise player in Scotty Barnes for Giannis. I don't think you would want to do that. Mm-hmm. Now, I think he should go to the Spurs. And I look at it like this: you almost won the draft lottery. You almost got Cooper Flag, which I'm still in shock about. I mean, I was watching down here with my mom. I'm like, there's no way the Spurs are about to get number one, right? I mean, I would have loved it. But, Dallas got number one. Hey, y'all go do whatever y'all going to do over there with Kyrie and Anthony Davis. That's fine. We seen his reaction. That's all we're going to say. Mm-hmm. The Spurs, the smart thing to do would be to trade the pick. That's just me,
Wait, trade who?
They should trade the number 2 pick.
Okay.
Go get Giannis. I said it on one of my videos. Literally the day after, I said, Dylan Harper, buddy, yeah, you're gonna have to start looking for houses in Milwaukee because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna make it work, right? You have De'Aaron Fox, who you traded for. That's a good pickup. You want to try to maximize Wemby's window right now, you know? So you traded for De'Aaron Fox, a good pickup. You have Stephon Castle, okay, good. Where is he gonna fit in all of this? Is Castle gonna play small forward? I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do.
Mhm.
I just know that the Bulls eventually are gonna be good again. They have Giddey.
Praying for it.
They're going to be good again. They're in the Eastern Conference. We call it the Eastern Conference for a reason.
The Eastern, okay.
It's the Eastern Conference where you got all the bottom tier teams fight for the playoffs. Like us. And the Raptors who never make it. But that's fine. That's fine. But got a little carried away with that. But we love talking about sports.
That's
we love
okay.
talking about sports. It's okay. I did have one important question though. This is my final question. I definitely wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah.
The interview with Taylor Rooks.
Yes.
I definitely felt through the phone. I definitely felt your excitement. I definitely felt from both of y'all perspectives what the conversation was about. And how you both gauged it. How well. I'm trying to figure out how am I going to word this question here.
Mm-hmm.
If you could assemble a all-star lineup,
okay,
of sports journalists, like a starting five of sports
journalists or just storytellers in general?
No, sports journalists, and
okay.
they could be male or female.
Okay.
A starting five.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you say?
I just feel like I should be able to put in all storytellers I want right now. But
okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Taylor for sure.
Okay.
Taylor for sure. Sports journalists who I really, really love. I'm a big fan of Jay Williams. I like people who are raw and honest and can hold people accountable. Those two are really great. I'm gonna throw in here something different. Okay, so we got our journalists, but let's say we need our producer.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Ava DuVernay.
Okay.
Another journalist. This is tough for me. This is hard. Oh, wait, no. Elle Duncan.
Yes.
No question about it.
Georgia Wolf. I put her in my notes.
No question. Elle is amazing. I need her.
Legend.
Okay, one more. This is tough. Let me think. Okay, like some of my favorite journalists. Oh, this is really hard. I'll do Stephen A.
Okay.
I'll do Stephen A. Yeah. So we got Taylor Rooks, Jay Williams, Elle Duncan, Ava DuVernay, and Stephen A.
So we're gonna have Stephen A play in the center.
Okay.
I mean, he did say that he could play center. I don't know why. you know, Big Perk. I get it. I get it. He said he can body Big Perk. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. But that.
I don't think so either. We're gonna let him keep dreaming.
We're gonna let him keep dreaming. I don't really have. Well. See now you're making me think. I'm like, dang. Okay. See, it's so much that it's so many you could choose from, right? Stephen A. at the point, I guess. Oh boy, I'll go with Jay Williams.
Okay.
I go with Jay Williams.
So you still on my list. I don't really know if
no.
Right okay, let's see how this unfolds. Three more people.
No.
Jay no, stick to it. Stick to
it. Okay. Stephen A. Jay Williams. I'm going to go. Give me Malika Andrews.
Okay.
Give me Molly.
Okay.
And
see, that last one is hard.
It is hard.
Yes.
I think I'm gonna pull with this one. Okay. Give me Greenie.
That's a great one. He's an amazing host.
Get,
Absolute amazing
give
host.
me Greeny. Give me
Yep.
Greeny.
Okay.
And he can play the center. He
I like
tall
your
enough.
5. I like your 5. I respect
No,
it.
your 5 beating mine. No.
I
Your 5 is beating mine. Your 5 is beating mine. Yeah, man. But at the end of the day, sports is fun. Sports is fun to talk about. And as you can see, it's not easy. You know, everybody comes from something, and at the end of the day, we appreciate the journey more as we look at it throughout life. And just seeing your journey, you know, from the short perspective that I have seen it, you know, and I'm going to continue to follow you more because you do amazing. So I
Thank you.
definitely
I
want to say that,
appreciate you.
you know, keep doing your thing because I mean, you had me laughing. Okay. Like I was over there crying tears. Like no joke.
I love
I'm a
that.
human person. Like when I laugh. Like it's yeah. Like I'm just a genuine happy person all the time.
Yeah,
You know. So keep doing your thing. Keep doing your
I
thing
will. I
because
will. And you
you're
too.
doing amazing. You're doing amazing.
Thank you.
Guys, like I said, you know, subscribe, comment, like, and please subscribe to our podcast. Please do. Go watch it. Don't just subscribe because y'all just like to hit the button. No, just go watch and actually learn some things. You know, actually learn about her. You know, learn about the topic that she's talking about. Learn about the guests that she has because you never know who you could come across and say like, okay, man, I saw you from so and so show. You
Yeah.
know, so networking is a thing. Networking is a thing, and networking is huge. So as you can see, all you got to do is just put yourself out there.
Yep.
It's not hard. It's not hard. But thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on and continue to make funny edits I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue. And with the top 10.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
you know, hopefully one day I'm on there and you know I can have some funny moments, you know. I'm like
Yeah, I got you. I'll make sure I put you in there. I got you.